Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. Today we are talking about a game-changing update in C Sharp 13. Ref Structs can now implement interfaces. Sounds cool, right? Let's get into what this means, why it's important and how to use it in your code. So before we get started, just a quick reminder to subscribe my channel, hit the red button and don't forget to click on the little bell icon. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, without any further delay, let's get started. C Sharp 13, how Ref Structs can implement interfaces. So let's first understand what Ref Struct is and what the limitation before C Sharp 13. A Ref Struct is a special type of struct introduced in C Sharp 7.2. It is stack allocated, meaning leaves on the stack, which makes them super efficient for scenarios where performance matter, like working with the span tree. But there was a limitation. Before C Sharp 13, Ref Struct types could not implement interfaces. Why? There is a reason behind it. The reason is interfaces often involve boxing, means moving the value type to the heap, which would violate the stack only rule for the Ref Structs. That's what I have mentioned limitation before C Sharp 13 for Ref Structs over here. What limitation I have mentioned over here? Not allowed to implement interfaces in Ref Struct before C Sharp 13. Okay, so let's understand with the help of examples shown over here. Here there is an interface named iProcessor that has method signature process, right? And in Ref Struct, my Ref Struct, I am trying to implement iProcessor. But if you see, whenever I'm just trying to implement iProcessor, this red underline comes and it depicts that feature Ref Struct interfaces is not available in C Sharp 10.0. Please use language version 13.0 or greater. Why we have received this thing? Because C Sharp 13 allows this interface implementation, but before that it was not allowing. And right now currently what I'm doing, I'm using Visual Studio 2022 and I have pointed this project into the .NET 6.0. .NET 6.0 uses C Sharp 10.0. That's what this message came over here whenever I'm trying to implement interface over here. Feature Ref Struct interfaces is not available in C Sharp 10.0. Please use language version 13.0 or greater. And when we try to implement the interface, will cause a compile time error. And that's what, if you see here, public void process. Here what I'm trying to do, I'm just going to try to implement this process method and printing this processing into the console window. But when we try to compile it, we'll be getting this error. In C Sharp 13, this restriction got uplifted. So Ref Struct can now implement interfaces but with some limitation to ensure safety. That's what I have written over here. What change in C Sharp 13 for Ref Struct? Number one change happened is allowed interface implementation in Ref Struct. So we can now declare that a Ref Struct type implements an interface. But there is a catch, because boxing isn't allowed. You can't convert a Ref Struct into an interface type. That we'll be seeing when we are going to discuss this example. Number two change happened is enhanced compatibility with framework feature. What does it mean? Ref Structs can now be used in scenarios requiring interface-based polymorphism, such as dependency injection, collection, or algorithms that depend on the interface contract. Number three, improved code reusability and abstraction. So here, developers can now create abstraction and write more reusable code without losing the performance benefits of the Ref Struct. But as I mentioned earlier, boxing isn't allowed, so we can't convert a Ref Struct into an interface. That's what I have written over here. Notes: avoids boxing while maintaining a stack only rule. Okay, let's understand with the help of examples shown over here. So same examples, but here we are able to implement interface in Ref Struct. So let's review these examples. So here there is again an interface named iProcessor that has process signature. Then Ref Struct, my Ref Struct is able to implement iProcessor interface. That's what I'm not getting this red underlined line over here, right? And if you see, I'm successfully also implement this process method inside this Ref Struct, where I'm just printing the processing text into the console window. Now, if you see this class named program that has main method, which is an entry point of this application. So here I have created an instance of this my Ref Struct. That's what I have written. My Ref Struct, my struct is equal to new my Ref Struct. And then with the help of instance of this my Ref Struct, I'm just calling this process method. And we are not going to get any error over here because I have successfully implemented this iProcessor interface in this my Ref Struct, right? And as I said earlier that boxing is not allowed. That's why if we write something like this, we'll be end up getting error. What error will be getting? We'll be getting cannot implicitly convert type my Ref Struct to iProcessor. So here what I'm trying to do, I'm just assigning this my struct into this iProcessor processor. So we cannot write something like this. Okay, that basically ensures that our Ref Struct stays safe and stack bound also. Okay, let's switch to the Visual Studio and see all these things in action. Alright, so we are in Visual Studio. So I'm using Visual Studio 2022 and here I have created one console application named Ref Struct Interface Implementation Demo that has program.cs file. in program.cs file, we have an interface named iProcessor that has method signature of process method, right? Void process, that's what I have written over here. And here I have written ref struct my struct, and here I'm trying to implement this iProcessor interface. But if you see, if I'm hovering over here, it is giving me information that feature ref struct interface is not available in C Sharp 10.0. Please use language version 13.0 or greater. Why I have received this error? Because in Visual Studio 2022 I have pointed .NET Framework 6.0. Let me show you how we can point it that. I have just going to this project, right click, and then I'm just going to the properties. Once I click this properties, this window is going to get appeared that it is depicting over here. So if you see, I have mentioned target framework .NET 6.0, and that's what I have received this error altogether. But if I'm going to change this to .NET 9.0, this error will get disappeared because the .NET 9.0 is going to use C Sharp 13 language. So if I go here and see, error got disappeared, right? So that's what I'm saying, that in C Sharp 13, Ref Struct is capable to implement interfaces. That's what I'm able to implement this interface in this Ref Struct altogether, right? Okay, let me modify this program. Okay, so I have modified this program. If you notice, in program class, in main method, I have written this to a statement that I'm giving the demo of Ref Struct that implements interfaces. And here I have created one instance of this my ref struct. That's what I have written, my ref struct. My struct is equal to new my ref struct, and then I'm just going to call this process method with the help of my ref struct instance. That's what I have written, my struct dot process, and it is going to work. However, we can't do this. What we can't do this? We cannot do the boxing. So here I'm trying to do the boxing, right? My struct to the iProcessor. So basically I am assigning this my struct to the iProcessor, which is not allowed. That's why we need to comment this part. So this ensures that our ref struct stays safe and stack bound. That's why this restriction is there, so that we can use the stack allocated type, but still we wanted to take the benefit and flexibility of the interfaces. Okay, so let me go and execute this program and show this output to you. Okay, so output got appear into this console window. If you see, this header got printed, demo ref struct implement interface, and it got printed with the help of this console.writeline statement that I have written inside this main. And then this my process method, when it got invoked, this statement, this text processing triple dot got printed with the help of console.writeline. That's what we are seeing, this processing triple dot got printed into this console window. Okay, so that brings me to end up my session today. To sum up, in this video we'll learn C Sharp 13 new feature, how Ref Structs can now implement interface that was not allowed in the earlier version of C Sharp. But we need to remember key points in this respect. Number one, Ref Struct can implement interfaces, but they must implement all methods, even default ones in the interface. Number two, explicit interface implementation isn't allowed in Ref Struct, that we have seen in this example, right? Third one, we can't box a Ref Struct into an interface type, maintaining its stack only nature. So overall, this update is super useful for enforcing contracts without sacrificing performance. So overall, this C Sharp 13 update is super useful for enforcing contracts without sacrificing performance. Use it for scenarios where you need efficient stack allocated types but still want to benefit from the flexibility of the interfaces. So what do you think about this feature? Let me know in the comments below. That's all for this video, guys. If you like this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends and colleagues, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already. Thanks for watching. See you next video.